Today's review is sponsored by the new hit TV show, We Found Bigfoot. It's only one episode and they actually find Bigfoot in the first 5 minutes, so the series was kind of a bust.
Watch it, Alan, I'm shooting.
Them. Not the Killer Ant movie, the French horror movie. I want to start out by saying thank you to those who commented in my last video. I wanted to know if it would be okay to review them because I just did a review for Inside, another French home invasion horror movie. So thank you to those that said it would be okay for me to review them in this video. Thank you for showing interest. I appreciate that you are all interested in what I have to say. So today we're looking at the French horror movie Them, or Ils in French. This is another one of my favorite French horror movies, and it doesn't get the same recognition as other French horror movies, probably because it got outshined by Inside and Martyrs. What we have here is a home invasion movie, and when it comes to home invasion movies that came out during the 2000s, everybody knows about The Strangers from 2008. But Them came out in 2006, and I like it more than The Strangers. I'm not really going to be comparing the two movies in this video. This is just my personal taste. I like this movie more, so we'll just leave it at that. The movie is French, but it takes place in Bucharest, Romania. Our main character is Clementine, a teacher at a French school in Bucharest. She lives with her husband Lucas in this isolated country house, which is a perfect location for a home invasion. The plot could not be simpler. One night, Clem is woken by a strange noise, and soon her and Lucas realize that there are these strange hooded figures outside of their house. They start terrorizing them on the outside, and eventually they break into the house. That's pretty much it. Just two people being hunted by this strange group of assailants that have broken into their house. And it's the simplicity that makes this movie work. The first thing I love about Them is it's only 77 minutes long. With so many movies coming out nowadays that have to be between 2 and 3 hours long, hell, sometimes more than 3 hours long, it's refreshing to see a flick that's okay with being shorter. It doesn't even reach the 80-minute mark. The filmmakers were confident that this movie would work with a shorter runtime. I've gone on record in saying that when it comes to making a horror movie scary, simplicity is the way to go. There are exceptions, of course, but when it comes to being scary, simple is the way to go. Them is a perfect example of using a simple idea to its fullest advantage. It does take a little while to get going, but once it does, it never lets up, and we're given a very suspenseful flick. The couple here are so nice, so laid back, which adds to the suspense when shit goes down. These people are clearly unprepared for something like this. The movie sets everything up properly. It's established that Clem and Lucas are relatively new to this country, so there's an unfamiliarity with everything around them. They have been settled in, but they're not really from here, so yeah, there is stuff that's unfamiliar. The setting is their country house, so they're already isolated. They have a landline in their home, and I don't know if they have cell phones. There is a scene where Clem calls Lucas from her car in the opening of the movie, and it could be a car phone. I mean, they never show the conversation, they just show the outside of the car as the credits roll. So I'm not sure if it was a cell phone or just a car phone. I just wish they would have established if there was a cell phone or not. But it would make sense if there wasn't a cell phone given the time and country that this movie takes place in. Then the figures, we'll call them the figures, start terrorizing Clem and Lucas. Everything is set up properly. Except for the cell phone thing. I wish they established properly if there were cell phones or not. But other than that, everything works very well. The cell phone thing is a nitpick because it is a post-2000s horror movie. I like how the characters do behave rationally as things escalate. It all starts with a creepy phone call.
Allô? Allô? شنو على التليفون؟
And it's only one creepy phone call. They're not getting bombarded by a bunch of creepy phone calls. It's just one. And you can understand how, since it was just one phone call, that the characters would not assume that it was malicious. Then the figures steal their car. That's the first sign that something really bad is happening. They steal their car. So boom, we've taken their only means of escape.
Hey! 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 I'm dead!
And it's made clear that the invaders have control of the power, because they're able to put it back on when it's convenient for them. We don't really know how many people there are. We just know that there's a good amount of them. Once the power goes off, that's when Clem and Lucas realize that there are people outside of their house. After they terrorize them for a little bit, our main characters lock themselves in a room upstairs. And as they're waiting in there, this is when they hear that these people have broken into their house. Proper build-up with rational decisions by our main characters. You can see people doing this in this situation. The movie has a way of making flashlights scary. We don't really get a good look at the invaders until the final act. We mostly just get a glimpse here and there, or we see their flashlights as they're looking around for our main characters. I love the situation that this creates, because whenever we see a light off in the distance, the first thought in our heads is, oh no, it's them. Then we have how the movie handles the invaders, which is what I like the most about them. Like I said, we don't get a good look at the attackers until the final act. For the majority of the flick, it's mostly sounds, quick images, or parts of the figures like their feet. It starts with flashlights outside the house, then moves on to sounds inside the house when we realize these people have broken in, and we also get some quick flashes of weapons as they try to kill our main characters. It works so well because we're experiencing this home invasion the way that Clem and Lucas are experiencing this home invasion. We see everything how they would see it. It's rare that we're not with one of them, and even when they split up, we're either sticking with Clem or Lucas. And the camera mainly focuses on them. If it does focus on something else, it's perceived how they would perceive it. The reason we don't get a good look at these figures is because that's how people would be experiencing this situation. Just seeing the flashlights as they're peeking in the windows, hearing them mess around the house as our main characters are hiding upstairs, getting a quick glimpse of something as they're trying to get away. It's a clever way to put the audience in the same position as Clem and Lucas, and it makes it scarier in a way. We don't know who's attacking our main characters, just people wearing dark clothes and hoodies. So I've reviewed 2 French home invasion movies, Inside and Them. These are movies that are both great for opposite reasons. Inside is suspenseful, but it's also gory, brutal, and hard-hitting. Them is all about the suspense and fear created by the situation. Inside is about the body count, Them is not. And they're both great for their different reasons. It's why they're 2 of my favorite French horror movies. And with that, let's get to the Grindhouse rankings. I can't talk about the body count or the kills because it would spoil too much of the movie. So we're gonna move on. The simplicity is what makes this movie so effective. Just 2 people dealing with a group of invaders in their house. It's all about the suspense here. The movie takes some time to get going, but once it does, the tension never lets up. Clem and Lucas are good main characters. They're just nice, laid-back people who we don't want to see get hurt. The villains are some of the most realistic I've seen in home invasion movies, and the fact that we experience them the way our main characters experience them makes them scarier. I love the fact that this movie is only 77 minutes long. It's short, sweet, and to the point. And the third act is so well done. It leads to a good, creepy ending. I'm giving this a 4.8 out of 5. If you liked Inside, then I think you'll like Them. They are similar, but different at the same time, and it's their differences that make them good. Them is just a good, suspenseful time. As always, I want to thank everyone for continuing to watch and support this channel. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know some of your favorite home invasion movies. This is the Maniac, here to remind you that the Grindhouse will never die. It looks like someone just broke into my house. I'm going to have to defend myself with a piece of fresh fruit. If you get that reference, let me know. You are my people.